Hello and welcome to Apple Blossom and You. I'm your host Sarah, known as Apple Blossom SF on Ravelry and Instagram.
And I'm your co-host Matt, known as Navy1990 on Ravelry and M Franklin 1990 on Instagram. Welcome back.
Welcome. We're so glad that you guys decided to spend your day with us. And if you're a new viewer, we welcome you and hope that you enjoy today's show. We're going to jump right into Around the Apple Orchard.
Yeah.
So this week has been fairly quiet so far, which is good.
Quiet.
We've just pretty much been home, and then Maddie has been running around with practices all week and performances. Her Music of the Mouse had started Wednesday. They added a small performance, and then she had Thursday, Friday, tonight, which we get to see it tonight, and Sunday, and they're also considering adding a performance next week because it's been really popular. The show has been sold out every night, so that's really, really good.
Yeah, Wednesday they had it was supposed to be a practice, and a local nursing home called and asked if they had any seats. So unfortunately, like Sarah said, it's been sold out. So the director, who also runs the theater, she turned the rehearsal into a small performance. It was shortened, and they only did selected songs from the musical. But there was a couple, like orderly, I don't know what they called it, a nursing home. A couple facilitators that came with a few of the nursing home residents, and of course right before they get there it starts pouring down rain, so they're coming off the bus in wheelchairs in the rain into the theater. You know, they're a little nervous about something new, but by the end of it they were just going, they loved it. They were all smiles, they were clapping. One of the facilitators brought her small children. She had 2 young daughters, and they were loving it. So I got to sit in for that one because it was easier than driving home and turning around an hour later and going back and get her. But the last 2 nights, the reviews from people coming out has been amazing. They've loved it. Last night I showed up to pick up Maddie, and they were doing an encore. So we're looking forward to it tonight.
Yes.
It's going to be really, really fun.
And Emma has a birthday party, so we actually get to consider it a date.
Yeah, it's a date.
It's a date. Go see our kid perform. So we're excited. Let's see. Not much else is going on. Harvey is doing much better. He is turning into a spoiled little boy.
Yeah, he is.
He's back to his happy old self. His nickname is Happy Feet because he just dances around all the time. He loves hot dogs.
Yeah, he does. He ate a whole hot dog this morning. And
he
didn't
did,
even
and
slow
he had
down.
a hot dog yesterday, and he will probably have a hot dog later, but he's eating his regular dog food again. He's back to dry, but we're making sure that he gets some extra calories and getting it in where we can. So he likes his hot dogs, and he likes kefir, and he had some yogurt. So I'll feed him anything that he wants to eat.
As long as he's eating, as long as he's eating, feed it.
He's doing good. And then yesterday, after we dropped off Madison, we went to my favorite thrift store. Well, it's a thrift store because you can't call it anything else, but it's really not a thrift store like you would think.
Really.
It's called Two Flippin' Roosters. And it's kind of sort of like an antique shop, but it's not truly antiques because not everything in there is antique, so they can't label as an antique shop. But they opened a new one just down the road from us, pretty much. Yeah. Now they have 2 locations, and so we went and checked out the new location, and they have the most gorgeous antique furniture in there. And of course, I was scouting out teacups. And I finally got the nerve to ask them if they buy items, and they do. So I was able to take the last of my glass collection. I had a Fenton coin dot bowl, I had some Pilgrim glass, and I had a Victorian era lemonade set that I brought in there, and finally decided, okay, I just need to make room for the teacups. I didn't spend very much on this stuff because I bought it at an auction. And I asked them to sell it, and the lady was so nice. She was like, "Oh, I'm so excited. You actually brought us good stuff." She's like, "You would not believe how many people bring us junk." And I was like, "I would never bring you guys junk. You guys, you're upper scale. You have really nice stuff. So therefore, it's important, that I bring you good stuff." So she's like, "How much do you want for it?" And I was like, "I have no idea." So I was just kind of letting her make an offer. And, she did some research and looked around to see, what a good price for her was. And it's like selling to a pawn shop. And anytime you sell to a pawn shop, they've got to make their money too. So I knew I wasn't going to make a whole lot of money, but I just kind of wanted to get it sold. I didn't want to have to deal with the hassle of trying to list it either on eBay or on one of the local yard sale groups around the area, because people tend to want things super, super cheap. On the yard sale group, they don't necessarily appreciate the value of what some stuff is. So I would have never gotten the value of what they were worth unless I listed them on eBay. And even then, I may not have gotten them. And that's a lot of extra time and hassle that I just didn't want to deal with. So she bought them, and I was very happy. And as soon as we were done there, we drove to their other location, and I picked up a new teacup. I'm going to have to wait a while because they're out of any Royal Albert. Well, they have 2, but neither one of them interests me.
I didn't really like them.
One's got Charles and Diana on it, which is nice cup. I just don't want it in my collection. And the other one has, I think, Pisces, and I don't deal with anything like that. So I went and I got Pacific Dogwood. I'm really excited. And it's really pretty. Let's see if you can see the inside. And I've learned to shows the mark. There is a little bit of staining on the bottom, but I'm okay with that. It's not a particularly old piece. This piece is from the 70s, so it's vintage. It's not an antique. And like I said, I collect pieces that I like, and I like to use my pieces too. So I just want to make sure that there's no chips or cracks or any crazing or structural condition issues. A little bit of staining on the bottom doesn't bother me.
It just shows it's been used.
Yeah. And I'm not even sure if it's even really staining. It looks like it could be paint.
Underneath the...
It looks like it's almost under the glaze, but that's okay. I'm not concerned with it. I paid $13 for the teacup, so I can't complain.
No, not at all.
So it was a very good, very, very fair price. All right, I guess we should go ahead and do you want to do apple candy now, or should we roll into apple picking party?
Oh, you choose. What would you like?
Let's go ahead and do apple candy real quick.
Okay.
We have some apple candy this week. We want to both thank Daisy Creations. She gifted us some lovely patterns. I got gifted her mystery sock pattern, which I am looking forward to casting on as soon as I get some other socks done. And Matt, which one did you get?
I got the catching cables. Sorry, I was pulling it up.
Yeah, he's
just so I got it. Just so I got it right. The catching cables sock pattern, and It's really cool because I could do it either worsted or fingering. So, I don't know. I'll have to decide which one I want to do.
Yeah, and she was so nice because that one has a Japanese short row heel in that pattern. So, and she had mentioned that that would be a good, easy pattern. So he's going to use that heel and try to do his heel. So,
on my half-done sock.
yes. And just so you know, we are trying to get this done fairly quickly. We're experiencing monsoon season, and the yard is desperately needing to be mowed. So
yeah,
he's
every
trying
time
to,
I've tried to mow the yard,
it's been
wet.
Raining, or it's been too wet to mow.
Yeah.
So we're trying to get yard work done today. Maddie's outside, so if you hear a little bit of a lawnmower running, it is Madison out there.
Madison's running the front yard till I get done, and then I'll take over.
Yeah, so we are trying to get this done fairly quickly, so we have a lot of stuff to do. All right, well, that's all the apple candy we have.
Not a whole lot this week.
Nope, we're going to go ahead and roll into Apple Pickin' Party. And our Apple Pickin' Party is our Outlandish Knit-Along. It is running, of course, now till the end of October. There's 3 patterns to choose from. You can choose from Claire's Shawl, which is an $8 pattern, Jacobean, which is a lace shawl, and I think that one is $10 for the pattern. And then there's my choice is my Among the Heather pattern, and that one is available. I think is it 5? It might be 5 or 6. I can't remember.
I don't remember.
I didn't look.
Didn't cost me anything.
So I have started with the Among the Heather, and I am using Classic Elite and the alpaca silk. It's in a lace weight. This Among the Heather is written for fingering weight, but it isn't adaptable. It's easy to adapt, so I am doing lace weight. And I'm just about done with chart A. So it's getting there. I didn't have as much time to work on this as I wanted to this week, but I am working on it, and it's beautiful. I hope to get some more time on it this afternoon, maybe.
Yeah, because your other ones are fingering, right?
Yeah, they're fingering. They go fast fingering. But I wanted something that was light because I want to be able to wear this in the summer. So I'm just kind of winging it. I have plenty of yardage, so it doesn't matter. So far I have 2 repeats done of chart A, and I'm thinking I'm going to do a 3rd repeat and be done because I think this is going to block pretty big. It's pretty stretchy, even on the needle, so I think it's going to block out nicely. So that is that. So if you would like to join in with us, you're welcome to. And for the month of August, the Among the Heather pattern is 25% off. All right. What's next, dear?
What other things? Oh, I got to do one.
No, it's not that time. What time is it for? In the apple basket.
Oh,
Do you want to start off with in the apple basket?
Somebody's happy. He's happy this week. And he's happy because after 7 episodes now of saying, I got nothing, I got something, I got to put buttons on her shoes.
And her dress.
And the back of her dress. But I got my Bakery Bear done.
Say what?
Say what? She's
Matt
done.
has a finished object?
I have an FO. That's why my FO trooper's happy. Because I got her done. My first toy. And it's finally done.
She turned out really cute.
She did.
Did you have fun with the pattern?
The pattern was awesome. Anytime you increased or decreased, it would tell you at the end of the line how many stitches you should have, which is great for me because I'm one of those that every so often I count my stitches just to make sure.
I just realized I forgot one of my whips. Oh well.
All
right.
What did you forget?
I forgot my Teddy, the picnic bear.
Oh, yeah.
That's okay. I didn't get much product.
She's done.
All right. Well, I have some finished items.
Oh, and by the way, that was the Bakery Bear from K. Jones. and I was corrected. It's Darlington, England. So there we go.
I finished my Cornish Dormouse.
Cornish game hen.
I'm hungry. It's almost lunchtime.
Cornish game hen.
I finished my Cornish Dormouse tea cozy, and I absolutely love it. He turned out pretty cute.
Which Emma promptly put on her head and
said,
stuck her
"Look, a
ears
hat."
through the holes.
So it's all ready, and I use it it's been used every day, so I enjoy it. And this was a gift pattern from Itara. See, I told you I'm horrible with names.
Eventually you're going to get it.
I'm going to get it. But thank you so much. I love it. It's cute. I had so much fun with it. It's a little fiddly because the arms are very, very small, but it's beautiful. So I'm very, very happy with it. And then I finished my August socks for my make your own.
Your August socks.
My
it's
August
the
socks.
9th of August, and you finished your socks.
I did. This is my make
Oh
your
my
own
gosh.
sock club, and this is in Desert Vista Dye Works, and this is in the blue Russian blue, and I love it. And they're striped. I have never gotten a matching pair this close.
Yeah, you're off by like.
Just a couple of rows.
Yeah. Even down to the length, you were only off by like.
No, they're
No, I'm
pretty
talking
much.
because you had mentioned when you got to the heel,
No,
how they were like almost spot on as far as length. I can't do that.
See, look how close they are. They're like 2 rows off. I love that they stripe that well.
I love those
Great.
colors too.
They're my favorite colors.
Blues and grays,
Mm-hmm.
which is why I have these.
Yep. And then the other one that I have finished is I have finished the small Caledonian Forest Cal. And this is in the rum Dolce Merino in the rum raisin colorway. Let's see if I can get it on. Yeah, wrong way.
And it almost naturally just folds over.
Yeah,
into
I
that.
love that it folds like that. It reminds me very much of a turtleneck, and I'm super, super happy with it. So it's really, really nice. And the pattern is now available. Is it available for $5? And sometime this week I will be starting, if I can figure out how to do it, I will put the cow and the hat into an ebook. This is the small size. There are 2 other sizes. There's a medium and there is a large. I will be casting on the medium size later because I want a longer cow.
Yeah,
So-
you and I both. We're not.
I
real
don't
close
like
on
a
the
lot of
neck.
stuff up on my neck, but this one is nice because it's not right up on my neck.
Yeah,
I
it's got a little give to
I
it.
can mess with it and feel like it's
It's got a little give.
yeah. And the Dolce Merino and just the general shape of this pattern anyway, it's really stretchy. So it's look at that. It's
Yeah.
nice and stretchy, and it doesn't hurt the stitch pattern or anything like that. So I love it. But it's kind of
Yeah.
warm, so
Went out
see.
this morning, took pictures,
We did.
got the pattern done,
Yep.
and it is live on Ravelry.
Yes, it is.
So go over and check that out.
I'm really excited. Now I've got to get some other design work done. I have a backlog of projects. I have some that are half finished, some that are 3/4 finished, some that are designed, but I still need to knit the samples.
And some of them are still up in here.
And some are still in my head. So hopefully I will get some more work done on that.
I may venture into designing.
Yeah, right.
Not big stuff. I couldn't design a shawl. I can't do all that. But maybe like just a sock. Something like that. I can do that.
You need to do a heel first. Or a different heel.
Why can't I do a standard heel?
You can do a standard heel.
Well, there you go.
All right. Well, we'll see.
We'll see.
I'm not holding my breath. All right. Let's go ahead and go into blooming apples.
Those I have a few of.
Yep, I do
Still.
too. Excuse me, I've got to grab my tea. I'm really thirsty. Oolong.
Maxwell House.
You almost made me spit tea out my nose.
Just Maxwell House. Nothing special. I don't drink. I do every once in a while have really nice coffees and all of that, but I'm a Maxwell House Folgers kind of guy.
Yep.
But I'm working on my plain old vanilla socks in a Desert Vista dye works. It's called Hamburg Philharmonic. Black and blue and gray. It's kind of a steely gray.
I really like those.
I love these colors. I'm almost to the toe on this one. And then it's time for Afterthought heel and all of that.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to show your
And
finished one?
I still don't.
Well, you're mostly finished.
Mostly finished. It's the heel hasn't been done on it because I'll do both, one right after the other. But that's what it looks like, all the way down to the little black toe. And I tried to pair them up, like Sarah showed me, and I'm really close.
Yeah. I usually never get them right down to
No,
the
I
row.
mean, you'd have to. Wow.
But you did pretty good.
It's because I think I did it where I started right at the beginning of a color.
Yeah. That's always easiest to
with
match up.
3 colors, it was just a matter of start here. But, yeah, I got to do the Afterthought heel. Looking forward to that because that's something new. A little nervous about cutting the sock open.
It's fun. And I'll show you how. I learned
Yeah, go ahead.
I learned the hard way. I did one pair I did perfectly with the True Afterthought heel. And then the next pair I wasn't paying as close attention and I goobered the socks up and had to rip them out and start them all over again because I wanted to get it done and I was rushing and I cut my yarn and it was a huge mess because I didn't pick them up right the first time
It
around.
wasn't like a really good yarn, was it?
It was Desert Vista Dye Works. But I salvaged the socks. And luckily I only goobered one heel, so I just ripped out the entire sock and just knit it again. So it wasn't too bad. I managed to save it.
It's because you're good like that.
Yes.
I'd break down in tears and
I did.
fetal position
I think
on
I
the
did
couch.
cry a little bit on that one.
And my last one is I only did a couple rows last weekend after the podcast.
I was cracking the rip.
She said you have to get your bear done by
Yeah,
podcast time on Saturday. And I finished last night.
he did.
I finished it up. Still have to sew the buttons on, but I'm counting it as finished.
It's finished in my book, dear. I will count that for you.
Thank you, because it's been forever.
The ends are even woven
I wove
in.
in all the ends last night.
We just have to pick some buttons.
Yeah, I want to get some cute buttons, not just plain old. We have little buttons, but they're just plain old
I don't have a big
little
button
buttons.
stash, though.
No, we don't. But I'm gonna find some cute buttons. I'm gonna put them on there, and it'll look awesome. The only other thing is I worked a couple rows of my Ranger by Jared Flood. I'm doing this out of Plymouth Encore in this cool burgundy heather.
It's like a heather.
Would you call it a heather?
Mm-hmm. It's
Okay.
a heather color.
So that I'm still working on. That's going to be a long project. But
My turn.
that's it.
It's
Your turn.
I did forget to grab one of my projects, but that's okay because I had to stop on it anyway. I forgot my Teddy the picnic bear. I got part of the body done, and I decided that I wanted to put a safety nose in it after all, and so I had to order safety noses from Amazon. Hopefully they will be here today. So
yeah, because we don't have any
I don't have any
thin
nose.
black yarn
Well,
to do the nose.
I do,
with.
and I've never used a safety nose, so I figured it'd be fun. I do have some safety eyes in the stash, but I didn't have noses, so it'll be nice to
Yeah.
see how it looks with the actual nose on it. So that project didn't get pulled over, but I will show it next week. I hope to have both of those bears done.
Should be done.
I hope so. But this week is going to be a big week. I have to do that cake. I'm
Oh,
doing a 2-tier birthday cake, the one that I showed a few episodes ago with the horses on it. So I'm not sure how much knitting I'm actually going to accomplish towards the end of the week. And it's a Bible study, small group night for us too. So that
Friday
takes
and
into
Saturday are going to be insane next weekend.
Yes, I'm excited though because I'm experimenting and I'm going to make an Earl Grey cheesecake. And Earl Grey is
Ooh.
my favorite. So,
That sounds good.
yeah. I allow myself one luxury dessert a week that's a nice, heavy, creamy dessert. Or I allow myself one heavy, creamy, cheesy meal. I can't eat too much cheese because it stalls me. But once a week, I get my nice, indulgent, still on plan, and that's mine.
And I get the benefits of it because she makes enough for everybody. So
Yeah.
I get
But I
some
may
too.
have to, if there's leftovers, I may have to eat a piece for breakfast the next morning.
That's the good thing about
I love
THM. You
cheesecake.
can do cake and cheesecake and all that
Yeah.
stuff for breakfast.
Yeah. All right. So my whips. I didn't get a whole lot done on this sock, but I'm almost to the heel. This is the Cascade Sock that I'm making for a friend. So I'm enjoying it, and I'm hoping while I'm editing to get it done enough that I can do the heel flap and the gusset.
Yeah, because then it becomes church knitting for tomorrow.
Well, I'm actually thinking of bringing it to the theater tonight because I can knit, even though it'll be the dark, I can still watch, and I don't have to watch what I'm doing with it. So I'm really excited. So that's in Cascade Heritage Paints, and it's a green colorway. I really like how it's turning out.
I do too. It's got little dashes of color.
Mm-hmm.
Little
I actually
streaks.
think I bought 5 skeins of this. I bought it originally for a sweater, but I'm not concerned about saving my sweater lots anymore because, well, I'm shrinking, so I probably still have enough for a sweater once this is done. But I don't care. Even if I don't, I can find other projects to do it.
Oh, yeah.
Man, okay,
That'd be a
that's
pretty
my
shawl
shawl.
color, too.
Actually, I'm thinking of doing a cowl out of it. I think a cowl would look really nice.
Yeah. I like the colors.
Yeah.
I don't wear
And
much green, but I think I have one
it has
green
to be
shirt.
the right color green for it to work for me. I tend to like bluer greens. I'm a cool color person. I'm actually surprised that I can wear this and it looks decently. But I think it's because I started dyeing my hair dark brown.
Yeah.
So that opened up my color option.
That was one thing that was new this week, too. She got a haircut.
I did, finally. I chopped it all off and I absolutely love it. I should just forget growing my hair out because it just doesn't work.
I told you I could take care of you.
I love it. I wash it
You could get hair like mine.
and I blow dry it enough so that it lays right along the top. And that's when I walk out the door. I also got a tiny bit of work done on my wave sock. And I am using Vesper yarns. And the color is Mocha. And this pattern is by Kimberly Gintar. And it's the waves. And I've got like 1.5 repeats down the leg. So I like it. I like the yarn. I love the pattern.
Are those true cables or?
They are true cables.
Okay.
And I don't know if I like the two together. So
The yarn's awesome. The pattern's awesome.
the two together.
Sometimes the combination just doesn't work.
I know.
I think it's getting lost in it.
I think so too. I think the
you'd
colors
need
are
more
too
of a-
dark.
You'd need more of
I
a-
need something more like this, maybe.
more, not striping.
Well, the
'Cause I
pattern
think
is
I
a
think
self stripe,
But I think it loses something.
but I
in-
think
in
I
the
need
stripe.
something that's a little bit more tonal
Yeah.
stripes
Yeah.
rather than this. So I don't know. This may be getting ripped out and become a plain sock. So we'll see. I still want to do the waves. I've just got to
Pattern's
find.
cool.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
love it.
I saw the picture that came with the pattern, and it's really pretty.
Yeah.
But I think it loses something in that yarn.
Yeah.
That specific yarn. I think it loses something.
Yeah, so I think that one's going to meet the frog pond later and just get redone. I'll cast
Yeah.
it on as something else when I'm ready. And then last night, I
As if she doesn't have enough cast on.
had to. I bought 2 new patterns this week. They're both by the same lady. I bought, the first one that I've passed it on is called the Outlander Cowl or Infinity Scarf. It's by Andy K.F. And there's the shop. And the other one is called Standing Stones. So I bought that, and I had to cast it on. I casted it on in some stash yarn, and I've never used this yarn before, but I bought it for...
super soft, though.
It is very
Holy
soft.
cow.
I bought some for a sweater and didn't end up using it. I'm not a fan. It's really soft, but it splits like crazy.
Yeah.
So I am not happy with it. I am using Drops Baby Merino. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use it, and I use up what I've got in my stash because, I did spend money on it, but this will not be a yarn I use again. And I'm doing this little pinky peach. It's like a dusty pink. What do they call it? Let's see if it's on here.
It is. I saw it on there.
They give a number.
I thought it had a color on it. I thought I saw color.
No,
oh, no,
it's
mine
like a
was
dusty
the one.
pink.
Mine was the one. My Dolce Merino for the dress.
And I casted it on. I'm in the middle of a row.
Shame on you.
Well, it's in the round, so you can't not be in the
You
middle of the
can't
row.
not stop. You can't stop.
So I casted it
And
on,
then-
and I love the texture. And I do love how soft this yarn is. This is going to feel really, really nice up against my skin. But I wish it wasn't as splitty. Like I said, using stash, so got to use what I have. And it's pretty, and I think the color will look really nice on me. And I'm loving that I have lost enough weight that I can actually wear cows and have them look good on me. I'm up to 70 pounds now, so I lost a couple more pounds this week, which is great because I didn't lose any last week. I probably won't lose any next week, but you never know.
Never know.
It's up and down. Sometimes I gain a few ounces, sometimes I don't. It just depends. This week I've had a hard time drinking enough liquid, and I know that plays into effect too. So
Yeah, you got to be hydrated. And she found a new drink this week that she's been going crazy
did.
with.
I'm going to share it on the group later. It's called a peach zapper. I shared it on Instagram. It's peach tea, apple cider vinegar, water, sweetener, and ginger. And as soon as I finish my oolong, that's what I'm going for. And I drink a lot of tea. I
Yeah,
probably
you do.
drink 2 to 4 quarts of tea a day. I love tea. And it's actually, because I use stevia, it's a 0 calorie. So a lot of times lately that's been my water content as well. But I still drink water. I still drink 2 to 3 quarts of water a day. All right. I think that's pretty much all that we've got for you guys this week.
I think so.
Not a whole lot
It's
going
been a
on.
pretty easy week.
Yeah.
Slave driver here got me done.
Yep. So there may or may not be cake pictures next week. It depends on when I deliver the cake, and I can't set up the entire cake before I deliver it because it has these little miniature horse figurines on it, and I don't want those to fall over during delivery. And we still haven't figured out if it's going to be delivered Saturday or Sunday, and I'm really leaning towards needing to be delivered Saturday, which means it'll probably be delivered after we record. So I won't be able to show pictures right away. Graphics, they're coming. The bill has been paid. They look awesome.
Yeah, they do.
So I'm just waiting for the final graphics to be delivered to us. So hopefully they will be on next week's podcast, and then we can talk a little bit about those. And then we're also starting to work on saving for the rest of our graphics, because that'll be really good. But we should be getting those after the first of the year, and we're looking into doing the podcast buttons and mugs, coffee mugs.
We're looking into Cafe Press to do the mugs.
So if you guys, any podcasters that watch us, if you're willing to share with where you get your buttons made, I would greatly appreciate it. I'm kind of overwhelmed as where to pick.
Yeah. We don't know if it's cheaper to have them made by somebody or
I'm not
buy
making
the equipment and make them ourselves.
You can do that if that's.
I don't mind doing that.
I'm not
That's
making
just
buttons. Sorry,
putting stuff together and pulling a lever. But
that's not my forte.
we'll see. We'll see.
Alrighty. Well, it's a fairly short podcast, especially after next week. But the good thing is it's not raining outside, which
Nope.
means this guy can go out and he can get his yard work done.
Well, I got to go get more gas first.
Well, yeah.
We're about empty on gas for lawnmower.
And I can eat because I'm hungry. So, alrighty. We appreciate you guys sitting down and watching with us, and we will catch up with you next
See
week.
you next week.
Bye for now.